Fly box, and we are just going to be going over January's beginner tying box. We are doing an Ice Midge, fun little pattern that's been around for some time, but it's a good one to fish in the wintertime. And if fish are targeting midges, this is a great little midge pattern to fish just right below the surface. So we'll go ahead and jump into this here. I'm just going to start my thread here just behind the bead, and I'm going to create just a layer of a thread base here just along the hook shank. So I'm going to wrap my thread back to down into the bend of the hook here, so if I were to leave my bobbin hanging, it's just beyond the barb of the hook. I don't want to go much further than that. And then we'll bring our thread back up the hook shank, and we'll just leave it here just behind the bead. That just leaves a nice layer of thread there. I found that helps when we use our uni stretch here. And this is the camel color. You got a spool. You got 3 different colors in your box if you got the box. And this is the camel color here. So I've just cut a length out. I'm going to tie this in right here just by the tip. Make sure you get a couple of good tight wraps there. And then I'm going to just start rotating this down the hook shank. So I try to apply the same amount of pressure here as I wrap. And I just do one touching wrap in front of the last and just work my way. We're just building a nice little body here. And I'm just going to cover up my thread wraps is essentially what I'm doing here. So kind of pull that up there. And I'm going to bring my FLEXX back up the hook shank here. This is essentially just flex floss on a spool is what it is. It's super nice though, convenient to have it on the spool there, but just creates a nice little body there, kind of a gummy body, and it's somewhat translucent. So if you use like a darker thread, that black thread will show up in the body. Kind of looks like a little buggy body there with a little vein in it. Okay, so we're going to tie that down. I do like to just do a half hitch here just to kind of help hold this in place in case I bump my bobbin. So half hitch, I'm going to bring my thread up and around my index finger and then bring that loop behind the eye of the hook or behind the bead, and then pull. That'll just help save your work right there. And then if I bump that uni flex isn't going to start popping or come undone or pop off there, so it's good to go. So the next material we're going to tie in is our white poly yarn. This acts as the air sac that helps this little larva swim to the top or float to the top of the river to hatch. And I've just cut a flush edge on this here on a length of this. You don't need very much, just something to kind of give this fly some contrast and a little bit of look. And so I'm going to tie this in so some of those fibers are hanging out over the bead. And I just do a loose gathering wrap, come down, cinch it tight on my way around the hook, and I'm just going to gently pull until those fibers are behind the bead now, and now I can lock them in nice and tight. Okay, and we'll trim this short. Here's my scissors, and just cut just a little short tuft there. And now we're ready for just a little pinch of ice dubbing. It's very easy to bulk up this thorax right here, right behind the bead, with a lot of dubbing. You really don't need a lot. We just want just a little bit of flash, a little hint there. And we're just going to cover up those thread wraps is all we're doing. So just a few turns of dubbing, and then we are good to whip finish here. So let's take my whip finisher and just turn that just right here, right behind the bead. And there you have it. There's the Ice Midge. Great little pattern for the winter. Works really well all year long. I love the colors that we sent you. Good little caddis imitations. So give them a shot. Let us know how you do with them. And as always, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Check out our webpage for our fly tying boxes. Enjoy and have a good new year, guys.